decisions and their ability to follow their passions and express their desires. For effective leadership, all three intelligences are required. Dr. Pramanak's life and leadership story is in this research, and he's made a significant contribution to leadership practices, which many leaders may relate to in their own leadership journeys. I present to you Dr. Pramanak. Congratulations. Shweta Sood was supervised by Dr. Stephen Duns, a leadership's paradigm, business leadership in PNG. This work is Dr. Sood's personal contingent leadership paradigm. It's based on her personal life, work life, and leadership journey from the period 1996 to 2020 across India, Dubai, Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, Papua New Guinea, and the Pacific. The paradigm is an inside-out approach of starting from the inner core layer and evolving leadership through a set of 5 layers, growing one layer at a time. In order to be successful in the long run as a leader, the paradigm shows how we use our inner core strengths to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, to become a brand as a leader. We constantly grow and evolve across all 5 layers, maintaining an inclusive approach. I present to you Dr. Sood.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, a Doctor of Philosophy graduate, Joanne Heather Ruffin, and I'm most proud because Joanne was supervised by myself and Associate Professor Wendy James. Dr. Ruffin's mixed method study focused on the discursive representation of the New South Wales local government's integrated planning and reporting program. This investigation found that the discursive representation of community engagement in various public sector management paradigms does not promote citizen engagement and participatory governance. The dialectic of the competing public sector management of paradigms, together with the coercive powers of legislation of New South Wales local government, is meant to facilitate change in the organisational systems and processes. However, the findings indicate that these systems and processes do not support the organisational engagement needed for participatory governance, the practical implications of which require heightened awareness by community engagement practitioners about how the strategic use of language evident in the strategic plans of New South Wales councils limits organisational engagement and political commitment to engaging communities in the co-design and co-production of local services. And it's been a long time coming, but may I present to you Dr. Joanne Ruffin. Congratulations to all our graduates and to those graduating in absentia today. May I please ask family, friends and invited guests to stand and join me and congratulate all our graduates. Thank you to everyone. If you could please be seated again. Thank you very much. To our graduates, don't forget the adage, it takes a village, and many people have supported you. And thus, it's important to recognise that a part of the reason you're graduating today is because of the love, support, teaching and mentoring provided to you by those around you. Those are your parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, friends, husbands, wives, children's, neighbours, teachers. We only succeed through the support of others. And for this reason, graduates, I ask that you now stand, and if you could applaud those who have helped you along the way, perhaps facing the people who are here with you today, that would be fantastic. Thank you to everyone. So we acknowledge the audience here today, we acknowledge the audience online and those that have come from miles around to be with you today. So this is good. I would now like to welcome back Professor Helmut Luckenhausen, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Global Academic, to present the Torrens University Awards. The Excellence Award recognises graduates that have excelled in their academic and industry achievements and is selected from all students eligible to graduate from the business faculty at the Melbourne graduation ceremony. Congratulations to Smit Patel, Master of Business Information Systems, winner of the Business Excellence Award, Postgraduate. I invite Smit to join us on the stage. Smit is talented, dedicated and an enthusiastic student. He is a great communicator who asks good questions and has an intelligent approach. This stands out in the online space where a student really has to draw to the fore and commit themselves to discussing concepts. He's an excellent team player in group activities with a positive attitude to the learning process. Smit was always trying to push boundaries and assist other group members to understand the task and develop a better result. Watch this space as they are prepared for great things. He is prepared for great things. Congratulations, Smit Patel. I'd also like to extend our congratulations today to Giselle De Silva, also a Master of Business Information Systems winner of the Business Excellent Award Postgraduate. She, however, was unable to join us today, but if we could send her a round of applause through the ether to her. And I'd also now like to welcome back to the stage Levi Silcox, who graduated earlier with a MBA, grad dip, what was it? I remember he was on page 3, I remember that much. MBA, with a Master of Business Administration. He's going to deliver the graduate's address. Please make him welcome.
Family, friends, the esteemed members of the faculty, fellow students, welcome to our graduation. It is an honour to be standing here today amongst peers to celebrate a journey of knowledge, personal and professional growth. Each journey is unique, each experience is personal, but today we celebrate in solidarity. It has taken years to accept my story, a somewhat unconventional approach, because my name is Levi Silcox and I'm a high school dropout. I come from a loving family full of academics and educators, and with this came an understanding of the importance of education and the role it plays in life, of how it helps you grow, develop new ideas, how it inspires creativity and prepares you to take the world head on. Throughout my childhood, I was encouraged to expand my horizons and never cease in the quest for knowledge and to explore. And it was this same desire to test boundaries that saw me choose to leave the family home thinking, like most teenagers, that I had the world already figured out. So there I was, mid-2001, a teenager, and I officially called an end to my high school education. Over the next few years, I would jump between jobs, trying to find different roles and industries, until eventually I found a place that felt like home in 2007. Over the next 12 years, I'd rise through the ranks having started in sales to eventually become a technical director of Southeast Asia, managing a team of 11 people, spanning 14 countries and consulting with some of the world's largest mining and logistics organisations, but yet still not a single formal qualification. I hadn't quite realised just how much this weighed on me, but in December 2018, my overseas contract came to an abrupt end. So I reluctantly packed my bags, boxed up my life, and returned to Australia, having my career derailed, and along with it my self-esteem and my self-worth. Like so many others, my identity was intertwined with who I am, with my job. I was my job was me. But I knew then that I had to make a change. While my skill set was widely recognised within my company, I still had no formal accreditation, and no other employer was likely to even give me a shoe-in without something real in hand. So facing redundancy and feeling lost, it was with the encouragement and support of my family and friends that I gathered what few certifications I had, updated my CV, and I wrote the cover letter of a lifetime to Torrens University, seeking an opportunity, a chance to build my way out. The choice to commence my MBA wasn't driven by family. It wasn't driven by the next logical step in a progression of historical study, nor was it gifted to me by an organisation or leadership program. It was my choice. It's been for me, and it's only been for me. It was to prove to myself that I could. It was to give myself something that could not be taken away. It was to open new career paths without a risk of having it all reduced to nothing but a dream. It was to ease a burden of what I've been carrying since my teenage years. Most of all, it was to forgive my younger self for a choice made in haste, a choice that so many of us often do. So like so many of you over the last few years, I've struggled to find a balance between work and study, which we all know brings its own set of challenges. But throughout this experience, I've been lucky enough to share this journey with some of my closest friends, some of whom have shared the stage today. My friends have been there to share ideas. They've been there to encourage and inspire. They've been there to give me a much-needed nudge or a bump to help keep me motivated, keep me focused and pointed down the line. Most of all, they're here now with my family to celebrate by my side. Self-identity is a funny thing. Just when you think life has defined you, there's always another chapter, another challenge. Another chance to prove not to the world but to yourself that you were wrong. It turns out you never really know what you're capable of until you're out of your comfort zone. So I stand here today in a room surrounded by peers, friends and family as a man who used to think of himself as nothing more than a high school dropout. But today I leave here, Levi Silcox, MBA. I used to look back on 2001 and wonder what if I chose that other option, but not anymore. My path is my story, and I'm proud of each and every chapter. Each of us here has a story. Embrace it, own it, be proud of it. So to each and every one of my fellow graduates, I wish you all the greatest success in whatever you choose to do from here. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you, Levi. I think we all love you. Levi shared some milestones from his professional and educational journey with us tonight, underpinning the place of ongoing, possibly lifelong learning and finding and making one's place in the world, even when in a dark or confronting or confusing place. He reiterated the place of personal choice and commitment to the strategies for finding that place. And I think we all share his joy and expression of the fact that that place has become clearer in his life now. Thank you, Levi, and congratulations. Okay, so for one more time, because you're worth it, to all our new graduates, we are extraordinarily proud of you. Now, we've said that a few times, but it's important we really celebrate that tonight. We know how hard you've worked, and we know how long and difficult the journey has been to get to this point, but you've done it, and today is your time to celebrate. And I'd like to assure you that your success is the true measure of our success. They cannot exist separately. As your careers will no doubt take you to all parts of Australia and the wider world, and in some cases may already have, please know this. Torrens University Australia hopes to remain a key part of your network. We will continue to support and barrack for you, and we hope you will stay in touch with each other and with us through our alumni network. You are now forevermore part of our family. A special thank you to all our academic and invited guests. We look forward to celebrating with you, our graduates and guests, so please join us for refreshments at the conclusion of this ceremony. Now, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Governing Board of Torrens University of Australia, I close today's ceremony. Now, I'm going to ask you to please be upstanding for the exit of the academic procession, followed by our graduates. But please, guests, remain standing next to your seats until the academic procession and the graduates have left the hall. We would be really grateful if you helped us with this. Thank you. Good night.
Papi julep, papi julep, papi